and welcome to another video. So over the last 3 weeks I have been doing my very own body transformation, and I've done this for a few reasons. Reason one is I want to show you what a very honest body transformation can go like. And the reason I've done it like this is because I feel like, well, I know for a fact, when you go on YouTube or when you go on any sort of platform and you're trying to look for a body transformation, sort of like an inspirational story to get you motivated and get a bit of advice and tips, the results you see are very unrealistic. I mean, you can guarantee right now, if after this video you search body transformation on YouTube, the first page is going to be full of person A in a thumbnail looking unhappy and overweight in very bad lighting, and the same person in 4 weeks or 12 weeks later looking very happy in really good lighting with an 8-pack, more muscle, and overall just looking like they have done the perfect transformation. Now, I'm not saying that every one of these people are liars or are fooling you, but they are. And what I mean by this is that they've obviously put the work in, but don't take that as facts. Don't look at that and think, right, I'm going to try this, and then when you get into it and you're 2 weeks in and you're not seeing the difference that they saw, you give up and think, nah, not for me, I can't do it. And to elaborate on this a little bit more, I mean, the person in the videos, they will have done work, they will have improved the body, just probably not to the level you're seeing or in the time frame they've set. Most people know this by now, but you'll see when people take their before picture, they try and find the worst lighting they can find, they try and look unhappy, they get a bad angle, just to emphasize everything they're probably not secure about on the body. They'll emphasize it to make it look worse for that one picture. And on the flip side, after X amount of weeks of them training, they then get in slightly better lighting, they'll get their Photoshop skills out, they'll smile, and they'll get a better angle. Therefore the picture or the transformation looks a million times better. Also on that point is I've watched loads of these videos before doing mine just to see what people are doing, what results they got, and some of them are claiming 4 weeks, some are claiming 12 weeks, but if you look at the difference and the things they're claiming, you're looking at 6 months. People have put on kilograms of muscle, people have burned so much fat, and you can see the first picture they have borderline beer belly, on the second picture they've got an 8-pack. So either the Photoshop skills are great, or they haven't done that in 4 weeks, they've done it in months. I'm not having a go at these people because each to their own, but what is not fair is if you are watching the videos trying to get the same results in the same amount of time, but you're not aware of the things going off in the background. So you're taking an honest before picture and an honest after picture after 4 weeks or after 12 weeks, and you're looking at the difference thinking, well, they got from A to B, but I didn't, and I followed it. It must be my fault. It's not your fault. It's just they've used little techniques to make them appear to have had a better journey than you. Most of you probably all know that, but I'm saying that because I think it is quite important that when you get on your own fitness journey, you don't compare yourself to others, because it's easy to do, but it can derail your journey massively. And what I mean by that is you don't know where people are actually starting off at. It's the same mentality when you go into a gym. They always say, don't you, don't compare your before picture to someone's after picture, even though it's really easy to do. So anyway, that is why I've done my transformation, because I wanted to do an honest as possible transformation and show you what you can do and show you what trying to do a transformation is like in real life. And I had to do it, even though I'm saying all these things at the start of the video. If you even look at my thumbnail, the first picture, I've tried not to look too sad, and I've tried not to get the worst angle in the world. I've tried to use honest lighting, and I didn't do it after a massive cheat meal. I just took a picture one night when I was starting my journey 3 weeks ago. But in the second picture, I'm obviously tensing, and the lighting's slightly better. But I did try and take it in, the same spot, and I didn't starve myself for the picture. I think in fact I had a pizza before the picture, because I've had a balanced diet within these 3 weeks. I haven't starved myself. So I tried to be as honest as possible, But it is YouTube. For a thumbnail, I tried to tense. That's it. That's the only thing that was dishonest. But obviously, you can see I'm tensing. In my 3 weeks, it's not been perfect, and that again is the point of this video. When you do your journey, it isn't going to be perfect. A massive point that I've got to make here is, although my first picture, I do look completely out of shape. That is not what I walk around looking like all year round. I go to the gym every day, but at the start of lockdown, I had no home gym equipment. So I had 6-7 weeks, or maybe 8 weeks, doing pretty much nothing. Did the occasional jog, did a few press-ups, but I didn't work out. So I lost muscle mass and I put on body weight pretty fast. But because I had the muscle memory and my body is used to working out, when I then got my home gym equipment and got my home weights, when I started working out, my body shape come back pretty fast. So if you're starting your journey and you haven't been to the gym before, and you know, maybe you look a little bit like I did in that first picture, the process might not be as fast for you. So don't get disheartened if after 3 weeks you're not seeing the results I did. In those 3 weeks, they did not go to plan at all. So me being stupid and silly, when my new weights come, I was that excited to get into it and get back into the gym. I tried to do exactly the same weights and same routine as I'd done before lockdown, and my body got the shock of its life and I got injured. I got a muscle spasm in my chest and I couldn't work chest for 4 or 5 days. So straight away, that's a setback. That's something that most of the transformation videos and fitness guides don't account for. You're probably gonna get setbacks, and you're probably going to get a few injuries, and you're going to have days where you don't feel like lifting heavy weights. You're going to have days where, like today, it's pouring down with rain and you just don't want to go for an early morning jog. But that's okay, because that's real life. I've been working full time during my transformation. I haven't dedicated my life to it, but what I have done is I've made sure I get the best workout possible each day, or if when I am injured, I've taken the day off. It's not the end of the world. What I have done is I design my diet based around foods I like and foods I know that will get me to a better place body-wise, but I haven't completely dedicated my life to eating plain chicken, plain rice with a pint of water and a cup of plain vegetables each day. I've had a very balanced diet. In these 3 weeks, I've had a couple of takeaways. I've had a pizza or two, I've had garlic bread, I've had pasta. You know, it's not been the perfect diet, but like I said, it's all about balance. So there has been meals where it has been chicken breast and it has been rice, but there's also been meals that have been a bit more tastier and a bit more fatty. Get the balance right. I would never recommend anyone doing a 12-week transformation, 4-week transformation, and going hardcore chicken rice veg, protein shake with water. It's not sustainable. Try and get a diet and a fitness plan that's sustainable. I got a slight chest injury, it wasn't anything serious. I recovered and I carried on going. I didn't get disheartened. And if you're doing a fitness plan or trying to do a body transformation, if you do get injured, just accept it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't think you're the unluckiest person in the world, or stop completely. That's the worst thing you can do. Just rest, recover, stick to your diet by all means. Don't, because that's another thing that's so easy to do. You get an injury and you think, right, I'll go back to eating pizza and cookies every day and not sticking to my diet, because that won't work either. Treat yourself, but don't, just because you're injured, don't disregard all the progress you've made, because you'll just fall back to where you were. Just carry on going the best you can, but just accept that you probably will get setbacks. So I had a slight chest injury. In week 2, I pulled my bicep doing a curl. It recovered pretty fast, but it still happened. I've been working full time. The weather's been really rubbish, so the last week or so I didn't really go jogging. And these aren't excuses. This is not me saying, you know, my body transformation could have been so much better if these circumstances didn't happen, because my body transformation went pretty much how I wanted it to go. And these are just everyday things that happen, and they'll happen to you as well. You'll get injuries, you'll have days where the weights seem heavier, and you'll have days where you're just not pumped and not motivated to do the workout. And you'll have days where it's raining and the last thing you want to do is sprint in the mud and in the rain. And that's okay, because again, that is real life and that is everyday things that can happen. And it's just about doing the best you can. But with all that in mind, when you are working out and you're having a good day, make the most of it. You know, you've still got to work hard. Just don't get disheartened if you do get injured and there's days where you don't feel like it. As long as you're doing the best, no, that's all anyone can ask for. When I was working out and when I was running, I put a lot of effort into it. When I was having, you know, I had a balanced diet, but when I was eating my really healthy meals, I made sure they were healthy. So there were no shortcuts. There were days where I had to have chicken breast, plain, and I had to have rice, plain. But I didn't base my whole diet around it. I still had room for pizza because it's about balance. So these are some clips of the food I had on a good day. But again, don't think this is all I've eaten. Even though some of this food looks good, you still, like I've said, you have to make room for the bad food as well because it keeps you going. If I'd have had, even though I've only done 3 weeks, if I'd have had 3 weeks with no bad food, I'd have gone crazy. And you know what would have happened at the end of it? I'd have binged out and been back, not back to square one, but it wouldn't have been great, it wouldn't have been ideal. So get your balance right, but still work hard. Anyway, I'm going off on so many tangents here, but hopefully most of this is making sense. My main point of this video is, don't see a transformation online, what looks perfect in a really short time frame, start doing your own transformation, then wonder why you're not getting those exact results, because some of it will be false and some of it will be manipulated to make it look better than it is. Unfortunately, that's just the world we live in. If you do get an injury or you do get a day where you just can't fit a workout in because you've been so busy with work or family or whatever, don't think that's a bad thing. That's real life. Come back the next day stronger and put the work in then. Don't give up. If you want a cheat meal, have a cheat meal. It's not gonna break everything. It's not gonna set you back to stage one. Just work out hard the next day. That's what I've done. I had a pizza on Monday when I was really close to trying to get my after picture, but it didn't stop me eating the pizza. I just went for a jog the next day, or I just tried harder the next day. Like, this is just real life. You're not gonna go through a 12-week transformation and everything goes perfect. It's just not gonna happen. You're not going to go, I couldn't even go for a 3-week transformation without getting an injury, without getting, I think I had a random migraine one day, I had a few takeaways. You just can't help it, it's just real life. And that's why I've done this video in a short amount of time, to show these things happen to me and they're not excuses, it's just real life. But in 3 weeks, even though I've had a couple of injuries, I've had a migraine, I've had my takeaways, I've seen friends, I've seen family, I even had an alcoholic drink. I know, crazy. But all these things happened in a 3-week period. But if you look at my before and after picture, I've still made really good progress. And I've made progress by putting the effort in the gym. So don't take this big thing, I don't know what I'm doing here. Don't take these things in the middle as excuses. Just, if you don't get them, that's great. You might have a smoother journey than me, or smoother journey than most people. But if these things happen to you in the middle, don't give up. Don't think you're unlucky, and don't think the world's against you. Just, it's just life. Things like this happen on your journey. You'll still get there eventually. It just might take more time. So there's 3 weeks between these pictures I'm showing you now, and like I said, I am tensing the second picture, but that's to show the progress. Hopefully you can see that I've made quite a good change in my body, even though these things happened, these setbacks have happened, and you can do exactly the same thing and still get results. I followed a push-pull legs program during this, obviously just find a workout that works for you. So after that, I took the picture for my after picture. The 2 days following that day, I relaxed my routine a little bit. I relaxed my diet a lot more. We had a takeaway, I had a few chocolate cookies, I had a few drinks, and that's not me sort of saying my journey's over. That's just me giving my body a little bit of a break. Even though I've enjoyed my cheat meals during the 3 weeks, I had a couple of days like fully relaxed, like not thinking about working out, not thinking about a diet, just to reset my body, and I'm going to go again for another 3 weeks now. So in 3 weeks time, I'll do another video and we'll see the progress then. Again, I've probably had more injuries and I'll have probably had more setbacks, but that's real life and we're ready for it, but we're still going to make the progress. So I hope this has helped someone out there, and I hope you see my body transformation as a more transparent version and a more honest version compared to some of the other things online. So if you take anything from this video, just put your all into your body transformations, put your all into your journeys on whatever your fitness goals are. If you do get a setback, or you get a little injury, or you get a day where you're just not feeling it, that's fine. Have a rest day, have an extra cheat meal, and just come back stronger the next day. It's real life, it happens to everyone. Don't get disheartened because you've seen Bob online and he got a 25 pack in 2 days and competed in the World's Strongest Man and won it at the same time as completing the marathon backwards. Let Bob do that. You do what works for you and keep going, and you will get results. Just like me, my transformation's by no means perfect, but I'm happy with it, and there's still lots more to come. That's pretty much the end of the video. Now, I hope this has actually made sense. I didn't make any pointers or cues or notes on what to speak about during this video. I just popped the camera on and I tried to be as honest as possible, and I hope that's shown. If your fitness journey isn't going perfect, don't worry about it. Keep on going. You will get the results eventually. And that is it. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I am going to go and eat a chocolate cookie because it's all about balance. And I'll see you next week.